Nearly a decade ago, the Australian athlete Dan Baldwin invented the first ungoverned powerboard called the One. Now we have the successor with the Vendetta. This is an electric version of its predecessor with distinct differences in the motors. Two brushless DC motors replace the singular 4-stroke engine. Weighing in at less than half the board that came before it at 43 pounds, the Vendetta is not only lighter but quicker too. Opposed to the One's top speed of 19 miles per hour, this treaded traveler can top out at around 31 miles per hour. A user around 165 pounds could expect a 40-minute ride at about 16 miles per hour. If you wanted one for yourself, they are planning to release it at approximately $5,800. Back in 2020, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology funded the development of a revolutionary vehicle for Horizon 2020, a project aimed at solving transport issues for those with disabilities. While we've come a long way in helping people with disabilities get around, loading and unloading wheelchairs on busy roads can not only cause congestion, but pose a safety risk to both the driver and passenger. The solution, named the Inclusive e-bike, was engineered in partnership with eSUM Solutions, creators of the eSUM-X we just covered. The result was a rickshaw-style e-bike with a rear-loading wheelchair-accessible ramp and winch system for added safety. Passengers can load in without ever leaving their chair, preserving their dignity, as well as getting moving a whole lot faster. Our first stop involves NANT Mobility, an operating unit of NantWorks, and they look to further current innovations in micromobility. They see the efforts but know that more needs to be done to achieve unity between man and nature. The way they see it, micromobility is a significant key in that equation. Their inaugural answer is the Stator LE, which they claim to be the highest quality scooter on the market today. It will be available in the fall of 2021. Visually, it is striking and offers a unique look when compared to other scooters. That is a 50.8-inch wheelbase with 18 by 7.8-inch wheels for better security and overcoming terrain hurdles. The handlebar offers quick access to the brakes. It provides real-time feedback on the Stator electric scooter's speed, ride mode, and battery. The 54-volt DC lithium-ion battery has a max power of 1,000 watts. The charge time is a little steep at 6 hours, but the Stator LE has a fantastic range of 50 miles at a top speed of 30 miles per hour. It's streamlined, it's simple, it's Stator. It's so easy to use and so practical too. Fall cannot come quick enough. There is always something interesting coming out of the minds behind BMW, and the CEO2 is another concept on their long list. This sleek, silvery, cyberpunk sci-fi bike is entirely automatic with no foot pedals to be found, but with the intention of adding footrests later. Strapped with a nearly 15 horsepower belt drive engine, the CEO2 is not only entirely electric, but BMW also says it can reach a top speed of 56 miles per hour. And while the CEO2 is only in its conceptual stages, the CEO4 is another futuristic electric scooter from BMW that will be going into production. The slightly smaller 12 horsepower battery it's supplied with gives it a top speed of 75 miles per hour. If you want to scoop one up yourself, the CEO4 will be around $12,000 on release. If you could fold your electric trike for storage and transport in under a second, what would you do with all that extra time? Well, if you had a MYLO by Seattle company Pim Bikes and Coffee, you definitely would have the time to find out. Built from an industrial-looking, lightweight, and durable aluminum frame, this ingeniously designed machine has brought the two front wheels a little closer together, giving the whole e-trike a narrower profile while keeping much of the same lateral stability. This comes in handy when releasing the central locking mechanism. The trike folds smoothly and evenly into its new configuration in under a second. On board, a 350-watt hub motor powered by two 48-volt lithium-ion batteries can get MYLO to a top speed of around 18 miles an hour over a range of 30 miles. Once you've run the batteries flat, the included charger can be plugged into any power outlet with a voltage between 120 and 220 volts, and they'll be back to 100% in under 4 hours. At this stage, Pim Bikes and Coffee are only shipping orders directly to U.S. customers and dealerships. Still, with previous models selling out, expansion may be in the cards sometime in the future. When it comes to wheels, do you prefer 2, 3, 4, or more? If you're not a trike fan, is it for aesthetic or performance reasons? Let us know in the comments. We've all experienced that one guy on the bus or subway who has his bike or scooter with him, taking up the space of 3 people and knocks people over as he tries to get off. Next time you see him, you may want to recommend the Blizwheel E-Scooter. Developed by a Palo Alto-based EV firm of the same name, it has found rapid success as a project well-backed on Indiegogo. This is primarily due to its revolutionary compact design, which fits the e-scooter into a backpack, handbag, or even hidden in a desk drawer. In fact, it's so portable the Blizwheel Standard weighs just 8.8 pounds, making it one of the lightest scooters on the market. You'd probably expect the small size and lightweight would impact performance. Still, it has some surprising power packed inside. The segmented deck separates battery modules and motherboard, powering the 600-watt dual motors to a top speed of 15 miles per hour over a range of 15 miles as well. When not in use, the magnetic charging ports connect, eliminating the need for wires from the control board. This also allows the large battery module to recharge the smaller module when on standby. Recharging is via a mains DC charger, and a full charge will only take around 5 hours. Perhaps you have a trusty steed, and you just need something a bit smaller for maneuvering campus, a business park, or an airport. That's where the C+Walk T from Toyota comes in. One of the design aspects of this 3-wheeled scooter is to, quote, ease the burden of walking on elderly users engaged in security work. Because of this, you can expect speed to be a bit more regulated, with a top speed of 6.2 miles per hour. And for safety, it also features obstacle detection with visual alerts and a sound alarm. Also, it will decelerate to around 1.2 miles per hour to help prevent a collision. The C+Walk T can support riders up to 220 pounds, but there is no word on the production outside of Japan. Italian EV manufacturer Some Solutions is charging into the electric cargo bike market with their 4-wheeled eSUM-X. The eSUM-X really consists of 2 sections. The front carbon fiber monocoque frame consists of the handlebars, seat, pedal relay, drivetrain, battery, and front wheels. Then there's the rear cargo platform, capable of carrying up to 660 pounds. This rear platform can be decoupled and swapped out with other beds of different sizes. Also, on board you'll find hydraulic disc brakes, LED head and tail lights, as well as front and rear coil suspension. Powering the eSUM-X is dual front-wheel motors and an integrated lithium battery capable of a range of 35 miles. This, of course, is non-pedal assisted distance, and the full range can obviously extend far past that. The rear section is modular and hot swappable. Optional upgrades include covered canopies, front windshield and rooftop, temperature-controlled cargo boxes, solar systems, and additional child passenger seats. Their versatility has spawned many innovative offshoots, including the next e-bike we're looking at. Having worked with some of the biggest names in the micromobility sector outside of the US for 17 years, OKAI has earned quite a reputation. Now, they design and produce their own electric scooters to impact the world and not a carbon footprint. They wouldn't be able to produce and sell around 120,000 vehicles per month and employ 500 people if they didn't live up to that reputation. They have recently revealed their new, cute electric scooter that goes by Beetle EA10 and combines both the stylings of Asian design with European regulations. With a rear-mounted 350-watt motor, the Beetle seeks a peak power output of 700 watts. However, this cute cruiser was designed for urban travel, and the 22-mile range and 15.5-mile-per-hour max speed reflect that. This isn't a deal-breaker for some, but it is worth noting. And while the speed restrictions are a little tight, OKAI does say that it accelerates pretty quickly, all things considered. For storage, the eye-pleasing Beetle's handlebars and seat fold downward for a much lower, compact profile that will fit in most trunks. Because this is a modern electric scooter, in addition to embedded Bluetooth, there is an LED screen with NFC tech included. This allows you to use a smart key and connect your phone directly to the scooter for additional customization and features. Speaking of customization, while the signature look of the Beetle is pretty pink, it does come in white and black as well, if you have a preference. As of right now, there is no price given, but let us know in the comments if you would like us to follow up on this one when it gets closer to release. Your feedback is always appreciated. Compactness is one of the most significant aspects of personal transports. The City Transformer CT1 is the most direct evolution of that aspect compared to traditional vehicles. Measuring 98 inches long by 55 inches wide, you could fit 4 of these in a single standard parking space if you cram them together. That won't be too difficult, since the City Transformer can suck in its tires for a width of 39.3 inches. And with only two 10-horsepower motors behind each rear wheel, it still manages to keep up with a top speed of 56 miles per hour when the wheels aren't tucked in. It has a range of around 112 miles on a single charge. Don't let the tiny size fool you. This version can hold 2 adults in tandem, with a version for an adult and 2 children on the way. If you want one for yourself, we won't be seeing them until at least 2024. But pre-orders are available for around $14,600. Do you love e-bikes but want to take that next step in personal electric transportation? The Electrom Light Electric Vehicle, or LEV for short, may be just what you're after. It features a unique generator and chain drive system that allows the rider to push inclines in a 2-wheel drive mode. Once you pick up speed to 9 miles per hour and beyond, the speed at which you pedal does not affect the speed at which the LEV moves. This means you can pedal at a comfortable rate while pushing the throttle for higher speeds. With a top speed of 40 miles per hour, you can get a range of about 124 miles out of the LEV. Options for a second 2800 watt-hour battery can double that range with some regenerative braking assistance. Weighing in at 155 pounds, this in-betweener vehicle houses a nearly 40-gallon cargo hub in the rear. They are set to go for just a little over $10,000 if you're interested in picking one up yourself. Japan has had a firm grip on a variety of electronics for decades, and that includes vehicles. Icoma is a Japanese startup with an exciting prototype they call the Tatamel bike. This unique electric bike is designed to fit under a desk when not in use. When folded, the Tatamel bike and its 600-watt motor can fit under nearly any desk over 2 feet tall. When unfolded, Estimates for the bike's performance include a top speed of 25 miles per hour and a range of around 31 miles on a single charge. The side panels can be interchanged for advertising or other signage. A complete LED lighting system, power-sharing battery, and front and rear suspension are all featured as well. Icoma plans on going into production with the Tatamel bike sometime in the future. But until then, why don't you head to the comments and let us know what you thought of the video. Tell us your favorite personal transport showcased, or tell us what you'd like to see in future installments. For our second spot, we had to bring back a classic, the Omni Hoverboard. There are a few updates to this up-and-comer that seem rather promising. And for those not so familiar with this one, the Omni Hoverboard is a project Alexandre Duru had conjured, starting with his first electric multi-rotor hoverboard back in 2015. He is now trying to commercialize the super simple 8-rotor design that utilizes snowboarding boots and hand throttle. And that's part of its charm. The Omni Hoverboard is as simple as you could get. It even only uses an open-source Arduino electronics platform to read the throttle and send the information to the rotors. It may not be able to compete with Frankie Zapata's Flyboard Air, which claims a maximum height of 10,000 feet and a flight speed of nearly 100 miles per hour. But it does compete with balance. The hoverboard was able to complete a flight of 905 feet, while the Flyboard Air was able to complete 7,389 feet. Of course, the Omni Hoverboard doesn't use kerosene, like the Flyboard Air. It's much more environmentally friendly and offers a quieter ride. And aside from actually designing a relatively user-friendly flying machine, Duru also has to maneuver the legality and logistics of getting something like this in other people's hands. It's challenging to take something like this to a mass market when the dangers are so great. Still, Duru believes slowly through sifting processes these are solvable issues. And while his determination may well be what it takes, even if this may fall more into an extreme sport rather than a mode of transport. Regardless, we love the idea, and we want to see more of it. And with that, we come to our last stop. Before we put the saddle up, though, we want to show you a little treat. Starting as a college project by the University of Applied Sciences of Zurich, Share Your Bicar was initially inspired by the BMW C1. It has since broken off into its own company. Bicar is a lot like a pony rather than a horse. It is small, efficient, and gets you from A to B with zero emissions. The Bicar is weather protected, keeping you separated from the rain and snow. And don't be misled, this is a transport vehicle through and through. It has room for a single passenger and only enough luggage space for around 2 grocery bags, up to 55 pounds. Despite all that and its size, the Bicar miraculously boasts a 2,000-watt battery, allowing this micro mare to gallop at speeds up to 28 miles per hour. Perhaps even more impressive are the solar panels on both the front and back of this vehicle, making the Bicar the first electric vehicle capable of being operated solely on solar power. With Bicar's mobile app, you can find charging stations, lock and unlock your Bicar, geolocalize a Bicar, and use your phone as a navigation tool, all while using your already existing tools in your favor. So who is this unique scooter for? Well, its size, maneuverability, and power make it perfect for those looking for alternatives for your daily commutes. The Bicar can easily navigate a cityscape and the traffic that it would entail. We find it appealing, and with it being a few clicks away and available for worldwide purchase, it is tempting. Do you see yourself replacing your car with a more environmentally friendly alternative like some shown here today? Or are you looking more for a toy to play with within your sandbox? And if so, which one? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your feedback. Electric is taking over, and it's not just the roads and outdoor trails which get to experience the rush of compact, rechargeable power. One such company taking the plunge is Jetworks, an innovative EV developer out of Germany who've released its product on Kickstarter for early funding. Releasing a product under the same name, the MoJet is the world's first modular electric watercraft. While we've started to see plenty of electric surfboards, paddle boats, hydrofoils, and underwater scooters, the MoJet is the first to combine all these possibilities into one. The MoJet starts as a polyethylene-bodied rear module that contains two removable 50-volt lithium-ion batteries, as well as a removable electric water jet drive unit. These batteries have a maximum runtime of 60 minutes on one 75-minute charge, but this can vary depending on what other models are attached and how hard you push the drive unit. The MoJet transforms into an electric surfboard when the surf module is connected. With one hand, riders hold onto a leash to stabilize themselves. With their free hand, they're able to control the amount of thrust via a wireless throttle. The bodyboard module allows riders to hold on to the two front handles and lie or kneel on the board. With the e-foil adapter module, you can transform your MoJet into a high-powered electric hydrofoil, gliding gracefully above the water's surface. With further modules to be released, including the dive, surf, air, and rescue models, there really is no limit to the versatility of the MoJet. We're seeing many large automotive companies taking steps toward electric, and Honda is no different. In 2019, the Japanese company released their first electric delivery scooter, the Bentley E, designed for business fleets. Then after the Bentley E came another addition to their ongoing Gyro series with the Gyro E Cargo Trike. And now we are taking a look at the latest addition to that series, the Gyro Canopy E. Per charge, the Gyro Canopy E sees a range of just under 48 miles with an average speed of 18.6 miles per hour. This three-wheeler from Honda has a contract attached. As part of its 100% zero emission by 2040, Honda asks that customers sign a contract to return all batteries that are no longer in use. If you're willing to take the pledge, you're looking at a price of around $6,200. Our first stop is with a little company called Micro. This company first started with the question, how much car do you really need for your daily commute? They came up with a machine that rides a fine line between a car and a motorbike. And with that revelation and the inspiration they received from the 1950s bubble cars, the first Microlino was designed and then later manufactured. And from the birth of those magnificent random events coinciding, we then get the next evolution, in the form of the Microlino 2.0. Just imagine a world where any empty parking spot is yours for the taking, and you can cross-park due to your ride needing a third of the space of a typical car. Despite its diminutive size, the Microlino still manages space for 2 adults and up to 3 beer crates of storage. That's about 58 gallons of premier storage space. Looking at performance, this lightweight 1,130-pound box car expertly utilizes your choice of battery for a range of 78 to 124 miles and a top speed of 56 miles per hour. And if you dawdle over charge times, worry not, for a quick charge up is accomplished in a measly 4 hours with any socket in your home, or even just 1 hour at designated charging stations. The Microlino 2.0 is an artisanally crafted machine for the niche buyer right now, but perhaps we'll see a shift in the future when commuters can no longer deny the appeal of this little guy. Electric bikes are still a relatively recent accomplishment, yet there are plenty of contenders now for the best e-bike. In a market so stacked and competitive, it's difficult to point to a single one to rule them all. And yet there is a UK-based company that may just claim the crown, and they know it. Crown Cruiser is shaping up to be something really special. That should be expected when backed by the UK Research and Innovation Agency, which hopes to help fund alternative transportation solutions. Forged with a monocoque carbon fiber frame, the Crown Cruiser is sleek, new age, and so very useful. Each bike is assembled by hand in the company's factories according to your choice of customization, from 5 different colors and 3 different wraps. In terms of numbers, there's a 750-watt rear motor with a max output of 1,000 watts. For the Crown Cruiser, that equals a 31-mile-per-hour top speed and a range of around 100 miles while traveling at half speed. And those are good numbers, but the numbers aren't everything. What really sets this carbon fiber crown contender apart are the security features and multi-terrain applicability. As far as security features go, there's a customizable alarm with motion sensors and an integrated app with plenty of real-time info. It has the look, the funding, and the promise. But only time will tell what will become of the Crown Cruiser. And if you're like us, you can't wait to find out. Another climate often neglected by EV innovation is the sub-zero snow-covered mountains. The Moonbike is the green alternative to covering miles of powdered snow, a terrain traditionally dominated by snowmobiles and snowboards. Moonbike is a startup born in the alpine village of Axeny, a town sitting on the doorstep of the French Alps. The team there wanted to blur the lines between transport and recreation, while at the same time integrating the latest EV tech into their designs. The result was an e-snow trike that's 3 times lighter than a snowmobile and capable in up to 12 inches of powdered snow. While most EVs struggle in the cold, the heated battery box can operate in temperatures as low as -13 degrees Fahrenheit. The Moonbike is fitted with a snowboard-like steerable ski on the front, while the rear has snowmobile-like rubber tread for increased traction. On board, the swappable 2.5 kilowatt-hour lithium battery powers the 3 kilowatt motor for a top speed of 26 miles per hour over a 2-hour running time. Moonbike doesn't quote a distance range as alpine travel is so varied, especially with this model, capable of climbing hills up to 40 degrees. Instead, the battery can be fully recharged in 5.75 hours, or just 3 using the optional fast charger. In 2012, a group of Toyota employees established the pro bono group Cartivator and began work on the SD00 shortly after. This was a scale model prototype of a flying car that the company had envisioned creating. They successfully ran driving and hovering tests with the prototype only 6 months later. Still, before they could work on the real deal, they needed to scale it up first. And so, the production of the SD01 had begun, and the new group, SkyDrive, would arise. SkyDrive was the new edition of Cartivator and would oversee the production of the SD series, such as the new SD01 project. Information on this new prototype is sparse, but it was a very early design with a metal frame, 4 wheels, 2 seats, a steering wheel, and 4 rotors. However, tests were a success, so SkyDrive was able to raise funding, shake hands, and make friends. So they leaped into making their goal a reality. Now you know the story, so let's get to the good stuff. The SD03, and the current project being developed, the SD-XX. The SD03 made its first public demonstration in 2020 and featured a much more commercial design than the previous prototypes. The single-seat design resembles contemporary eVTOLs and measures around 13 feet long and 11 feet wide. 4 rotors are evenly split between each corner. Each rotor is powered by its own motor as a fail-safe mechanism. A pilot flew for 4 minutes around 1 hectare of land during the demonstration, while a computer handled the flight stability and safety. At this point, SkyDrive has shaped up to be the leader of Japan's eVTOL scene, with many sponsorships, such as Bandai Namco and Mitsubishi. For a future project, Suzuki has teamed up with SkyDrive for a special project that looks like it could be the SDXX. Suzuki will handle things like business and technology research and development, and help with mass-producing SkyDrive's next project. This means SkyDrive is left to focus on creating the best compact two-seater eVTOL possible. Although the SDXX is still in development, hence the placeholder name, it still boasts a much more striking image than its predecessor, the SD03. It adds another seat to the mix for 2 people to enjoy a ride in the glass-covered cabin. And because of its 3 wheels and land-driving capabilities, it technically falls into the category of a flying car rather than an eVTOL. This is an interesting decision, considering that they are trying to balance not only a working flying machine, but then make it hybrid transportation to boot. That's why many people believe that Suzuki's partnership is to help with the SDXX and logistics. In terms of specs, the new addition to SkyDrive's flying family doubles the number of rotors of previous prototypes to 8. It's designed to lift a maximum takeoff weight of around 1,100 pounds. It can reach heights of up to 1,600 feet, have a maximum flying speed of about 60 miles per hour, and fly for approximately half an hour. Touching down and cruising is possible, of course. You can expect max speeds to reach upwards of 37 miles per hour, ranging from between 12 and 18 miles depending on use. Whether SkyDrive and Suzuki are aiming this product at personal consumers or air taxi services could be anyone's guess, but they have started plans for entering the air taxi landscape. Thanks for watching, and head on down to the comments to let us know your thoughts. Do you want to follow up when new information comes out before 2025? What did you like or dislike about SkyDrive's timeline? And be sure to stick around for our honorable mentions. Now we move to Splach, a Californian company that has earned some reputation in the past for their quality machines and excellent customer service. They have grown a little since then, and they now offer a few more models, and they are adding more in the future. Sometimes a superb product is all it takes for recognition, and with the Turbo Plus and the Swift, it's no wonder why they made our number 3. Both are available for pre-order, and if you don't want to wait, the Turbo and Ranger e-scooter models are available today. The Turbo Plus is a powerful electric scooter, as you may expect from the name. An 800-watt motor propels it to speeds of up to 26 miles per hour and up to a range of 28 to 33 miles. To compensate for speed on such a small machine, they've installed a premium adjustable suspension system that will absorb 87% of the shock for an ultra-smooth ride on or off the road. Front and back wheel brakes are located on the handlebars with a bell and dashboard. The Turbo Plus is also able to swiftly fold up for easy transport and storage. If you don't need all that power in your scooter, however, then perhaps the Swift is more your speed. Half the price of the Turbo Plus, and it still has what you need. The 36-volt, 250-watt rear-drive motor can still dish out a top speed of 18.6 miles per hour with a range of 18.6 miles. Not too shabby for those looking for a quick joyride or a means of travel from A to B. The streamlined frame has an integrated magnesium alloy molding for a light 34-pound micro machine. You won't have to worry about night travel either, as the Swift has a headlight and ambient lights on both sides. Introducing an electric cargo trike that tackles the corner-turning instability of the three-wheel designs. The trike is called Laufkraftflitzer. Try to say that 3 times fast. And it's German for Truck Speedster. This pedalless prize from the German mobility company ZF Friedrichshafen features 220 volt in the rear hub and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. The Truck Speedster is interesting in that the headlights remain parallel with the road when turning into corners. And with brakes at both the front and a motor-engaged one in the rear, this German engineering can halt easily. And to help against theft and damage, a parking brake, anti-theft immobilization system, and a tilt lock mechanism are all automatically engaged. As of right now, there is no production date scheduled, but stay tuned and let us know in the comments if you want us to follow this one up with any future updates. On inspiration, and recently it has claimed another victim. That being Widescape, a company that comes out of Quebec, Canada. Widescape comprises passionate outdoor people who have made the world's first standing snowmobile, called the WS250. Made with an aluminum chassis and high-density plastic body, the WS250 weighs about as much as an adult human male. It is a little over 7 feet long. Because of its size and relatively low weight, it can easily be transported on a truck or SUV. Powered by a 242cc 4-stroke internal combustion engine, the WS250 goes through about 3.5 quarts of gas per hour. As far as noise is concerned, you can expect similar decibels to the average 2-stroke snowmobile, which is extremely loud. Some of its features include an anti-slip material where you put your feet, a direct drive continuously variable transmission, an LCD dashboard, heated handlebar grips, and more. Suppose you're interested in owning one yourself. In that case, the company is currently taking pre-orders for around $80, which will go directly toward the total price of under $6,500. With the surge in popularity and use of electric scooters, we are seeing more innovation in the industry as well. That innovation manifests itself in many ways, from bigger batteries to more efficient motors to various implemented features. Some areas of the world require a scooter that is tailored more to their specific needs, and that's the situation that BARQ Mobility finds itself in. The Middle Eastern and North African region, or MENA, has been waiting for automakers to cater to the region's specific needs for a while. BARQ Mobility says, why wait when we can do it ourselves? And now, they claim the title of MENA's first provider of smart and sustainable mobility solutions. Those solutions come in 3 forms: the Rena 1, the Rena Max, and the Rena Lite. Let's start with the Rena 1. What is it exactly? The Rena 1 was the first iteration of an ongoing problem that was never entirely solved until BARQ stepped up. It's an electric scooter designed to tackle deliveries around the MENA area, but only saw a little use. It was received well, but ultimately lacked what it needed to push it to the next level. In reality, the Rena 1 was a stepping stone for what would become their local innovation, the Rena Max. So then, what is Rena Max? To put it simply, it's a stylish, highway-ready electric scooter designed specifically for deliveries in the unique environment around the MENA area. The crowning achievement in the company's test is undoubtedly the delivery box they have designed. If you didn't know, Abu Dhabi, where BARQ is located, sees average temperatures of around 100 degrees Fahrenheit in August, with highs climbing their way to just under 130 degrees. Thankfully, their delivery pod boxes are temperature-controlled with insulation. Even beyond that, though, it is also electronically lockable. It tracks and logs every time it is opened and closed. Aside from being very secure and climate-controlled, there are even reconfigurable shelves, so you can adequately store nearly anything within. The obvious uses are the safe delivery of foods and drinks. Still, applications for pharmaceuticals, electronics, and other services will be paramount to the future of e-scooters in the area. In terms of performance, The Rena Max runs off of a 12-horsepower motor powered by a 5.6 kilowatt-hour battery pack. It sees top speeds of around 60 miles per hour, making it highway legal, with a range of around 93 miles. The company hopes to see around 50,000 of these handy-dandy scooters hit the markets by 2025, with a low monthly subscription for couriers. The Rena Max is already shaping up to be a hit. The company knows that, which is why they don't want to rinse and repeat, but instead target the minutiae of the problem. The Rena Max will handle the more extensive and longer routes, but they recognize the need for a delivery vehicle to handle the smaller routes, which would cut down significantly on logistics. That's where the Rena Lite comes into the picture. This is a delivery e-bike meant for hyper-local deliveries within a little over 4 miles for things such as groceries, mail, or pharmaceuticals. It has a range of just under 50 miles per battery charge and a top speed of just below 25 miles per hour. The Rena Lite is efficient, with easily and quickly swappable batteries and an internal gear system. It can continuously be utilized on small-scale deliveries. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed our video today. Head on down to the comments and let us know your thoughts. Are you interested in the design specifications of unique locations for our new electric age? What did you like or dislike? We love to hear your feedback. And stick around for our honorable mentions. The innovation in e-scooter design only gets better and better as the years go on. The Model 11 by Oakland-based electric mobility firm Unagi is a testament to that fact. Starting with a new space-age material known as long carbon composite, Unagi forged an ultralight frame that makes the Model 11 weigh in at a measly 32 pounds. They've then added a highly tuned elastomer-based suspension on both front and rear wheels, which also happen to carry the world's first hot-swappable foam-filled tires. Propulsion comes courtesy of dual 500-watt motors that can take riders to a top speed of 20 miles per hour at a maximum incline of 15 degrees. A hot-swappable 9,700 mAh battery pack sits in the deck, and on a full charge, can take riders over a maximum range of 15.5 miles. However, what really stands out with the Model 11 is some of the cool integrated tech they've managed to pack into this little scooter. An onboard HD camera and intuitive AI crash assist system scan your surroundings and warn of potential hazards via an integrated audio system and the e-scooter's touchscreen display. Through a partnership with Google, it also features an advanced turn-by-turn audio navigation system optimized especially for scooter travel. Simply pair it with your smartphone, punch in your destination, and hear the directions in your headphones or through the scooter's speaker. Or if cruising with some tunes is your thing, you can play your favorite music via Bluetooth instead. Add in motion detection, GPS tracking, and anti-theft features, and you have an e-scooter engineered for the roads of tomorrow. The way things sit right now, around 90% of drivers use vehicles that are too expensive, polluting, and oversized for what is ultimately very short distances. Arcimoto is just one player who wants to tackle that inefficiency and help the globe reach a greener pasture and future. Their recent steps include expanding their organization by quintupling the size of their operations and starting to mass-produce their line of personal vehicles, which offer a much more energy-efficient and cleaner alternative to automobiles. One of those personal vehicles is their pedal generator tilting e-trike, codenamed the Mean Lean Machine. Their e-trike will be able to cut turns like its two-wheeled contemporaries by utilizing Arcimoto's patented lean technology, but with the stability and traction of 3 wheels. While info on their tough trike is limited, we know they aim for a range of more than 200 miles per charge, with each wheel powered by its own electric motor hub. The trike works without chains or belt drives, thanks to a pedal generator that can accumulate energy and easily be used by the thumb throttle. There are also talks of workout implements in the future, so that you can set it up in your home and get some cardio in. Let us know if you want to see more from Arcimoto and their electric trike later this year upon release. Splach made a big splash on Indiegogo, where they got their start with ideal substitutes to cars and other means of transport. They offer premium electric scooters that utilize cutting-edge and user-friendly technology. The Transformer is a fantastic scooter with a somewhat distinctive truss design and durable steel construction. This quick ride may not give the horses a run for their money, but the Transformer boasts an impressive 960-watt peak motor with the power to go 24 miles per hour. Perhaps more impressive, though, is the 28-mile range the 48-volt battery has. The 28% hill grade doesn't hurt anything either. The Transformer's rear coil shock gives the suspension a hearty boost, as well as cushioning the scooter. That, combined with the 10-inch pneumatic fat tires and mechanical front and rear brakes, make for one smooth ride in all seasons and on all terrain. And no need to fret, the Transformer has a headlight and a rear light for nighttime strolls or graveyard shift employees. The Transformer is a perfect fit for those looking to waste a few hours or those looking to cut back on their inner city commute with an enjoyable alternative. Back in 2019, German startup ONO Motion delivered a bold prototype of what would eventually be today's ONO electric delivery vehicle. The company had been developing e-vehicles as early as 2016, but pivoted to e-cargo bikes in the spring of 2017. By 2020, the Berlin-based e-mobility company began delivering the first ONOs, initially to the German market and then to the rest of Europe. At the heart of the ONO is a Delta trike, one wheel at the front and two at the rear, with the driver enclosed in a weatherproof, windshield wiper-equipped cabin. A custom-built container on caster wheels sits behind the driver's cab and can be swapped in and out via the integrated ramp at the rear. This way, delivery drivers and couriers can have whole preloaded containers collected from depots and swapped out instantly. These containers have a storage volume of over 2 cubic meters. They can carry a maximum full-laden cargo of 200 kilograms. There are also plans for climate-controlled containers for food and medical deliveries. In terms of power, you're welcome to go old school and pedal your entire delivery route. But a hot-swappable 1.4 kilowatt-hour GreenPack lithium battery paired with dual wheel hub motors can help riders reach a maximum speed of 16 miles per hour or 25 kilometers per hour. On the other hand, if you don't feel like pedaling, the handlebar-mounted throttle provides 4 miles per hour or 6 kilometers per hour of unassisted power. Just one of these batteries is suitable for a range of about 30 kilometers, but this can be doubled if a second battery is added. Set up over select locations in Berlin, riders can drop into an ONO battery exchange station and swap out their dead batteries for freshly charged equivalents. There are no keys on the ONO, just an RFID sensor activated by a specially coded chip that locks the driver's cabin and container doors. This allows you to decouple the container from the main unit. Also on board, riders will find GPS tracking, integrated lighting that includes headlights and indicator lamps, wing mirrors, and a full-featured LCD dashboard display. You'll find ONO retailers and battery exchange locations across most of Germany's major cities, with plans to expand into other Northern European locations in the next few years. One of the most interesting elements of the ONO is that outright ownership isn't the only way to get your hand on one. ONO Motion offers a subscription or month-by-month service that includes battery exchange for around 490 euros per month. Could you utilize a battery exchange program instead of managing your own recharging? Let us know in the comments below. Now don't go anywhere. We're going to take a look at some of our favorite e-transports so far. India hasn't always been a beacon of green environmental conscience. Still, the government's recent pledge to have 30% of all new car sales electric by 2030 is very encouraging. To help keep businesses, startups, and entrepreneurs involved and invested, India set up its National Electric Mobility Mission, which created generous subsidies and tax benefits for EV sales and production incentives to encourage local EV design and manufacturing. The country had already started to see a significant increase in interest and demand for EV products over the past year as a result, despite the pandemic dramatically slowing down production. Greendzine Technologies, a startup based in Bangalore in the south of India, began its journey building low-maintenance scooters for warehouse workers. Their entry into the low-speed electric vehicle market came via the IRRWAY NXP 500, a low-cost, low-speed e-trike. A steel frame surrounds the 48-volt lithium-ion battery and 500-watt motor that attaches to the rear wheel via reduction chain drive. A full charge can take up to 6 hours for a range of around 12.5 miles. The IRRWAY NXP 500 is shipping globally, most famously through Amazon, as Greendzine Technologies reinvests into further product development, research, and new innovative design. When it comes to wheels, we like them fat. And just as well because the FAT 2.0 has 3 of them. Designed and manufactured by Spanish company Etnnic, the FAT 2.0 is an all-terrain electric reverse tricycle built for those who like to veer off the main roads and into some adventure. The Kendra 20 by 4-inch tires prevent slipping and sliding on everything from sand to gravel, muddy terrain, even snow. The FAT 2.0 is fitted with high-quality European components, namely Sac-On brakes, SKS guards, and the saddle from Cell Marco. The aluminum low-step frame is adjustable and easy to mount, providing a stable and comfortable riding experience. Also, the wheels can be easily detached for transport or if you're low on storage space. Now, while there is a pedal-only version available for those that enjoy hard work, the FAT 2.0 does come with a range of motor and battery options. The cleverly integrated central motor can be 250, 350, 500, 750, or 1000 watts, with either a 13 or 7.5 amp-hour battery providing the power. There is a downside for those less than enthusiastic cyclists out there. The motor can only be engaged if the rider is pedaling. Swiss mobility company Micromobility is no stranger to bold yet tiny personal electric vehicles. They were the first company in the world to launch an electric kick scooter way back in 1999. More than 2 decades on, launching at the 2020 Geneva Auto Show, the Microlino is a curious trike scooter hybrid with surprising power and stability. Its cartoonish bubble-like body has many aesthetic similarities to its older 4-wheeled brother, the Microlino. Still, the zippy reverse trike scooter is in a class of its own. Powering the Microlino is a robust 300-watt motor connected to 2 swappable lithium-ion batteries that can be charged in under 4 hours for a maximum range of 62 miles. In moped mode, the Microlino can hit speeds of 15 miles per hour, but that can be increased to 31 miles per hour and driven on the road. Better still, you only need a regular car driver's license to be legal. While Micromobility will be shipping these worldwide, ordering is still in the reservation stage. There's no official word on when the first models will start rolling out to customers. Next up, we have a company specializing in electric bikes, but they support the electric movement at large. They even encourage customers to do their own research before purchasing. Luna-Cycle has a strong belief in offering top-quality products at an affordable price. The Luna Apocalypse V3 scooter is one beauty and perfectly encapsulates their beliefs. This e-scooter has 3 power modes. Both modes above the first are no longer street legal, as the Luna Apocalypse was designed for racing. With some modifications, you could make it street legal, however. Only weighing 75 pounds, it is capable of carrying 300 pounds. The 60-volt, 27-amp-hour battery cells put out 1,600 watt-hours for a sizable range that quickly reaches 30 miles, with top speeds over 35 miles per hour. The Luna Apocalypse accelerates hard and brakes hard with its dual hydraulic disc brakes and is made for experienced riders. It has impressive hill-climbing torque and all-wheel drive. Fast, dependable, and solid. The Luna Apocalypse is an easy pickup and at an affordable price. Drum roll, please. With our finale, we knew we had to show you something special, something to wow you. We think the Scotsman is the one to do it. They use an advanced 3D printing process that allows them to build and customize the world's first 3D printed carbon fiber electric scooter. Named after the company, the Scotsman comes in 3 different flavors with 5 different colors, so you can find the right fit for you. They're all made of the same industrial-grade thermoplastic carbon fiber composite, and each Scotsman comes equipped with 2 regenerative disc brakes, a front-facing camera, integrated GPS, and 10-inch air-filled tube tires. Perhaps surprisingly, all 3 also have a max range of 74 miles. The differences between the 3 versions of the Scotsman become apparent when we look at power output. The Scotsman 500 weighs 40 pounds and has 2 250-watt motors. A top speed of 19 miles per hour is nothing to scoff at, and the Scotsman 500 can tackle inclines of up to 25 degrees. The Scotsman 1000 also weighs 40 pounds, but instead it has 2 500-watt motors with a top speed of 31 miles per hour. It can take on 25-degree inclines as well, with a max load of 350 pounds. The Scotsman 2000 weighs 44 pounds, and you guessed it, has 2 1,000-watt motors for a nearly daunting top speed of 45 miles per hour. The Scotsman 2000 can challenge even 40-degree inclines with a max load of 350 pounds. The Scotsman series brings a wow factor that is indisputable. So which of the 3 models pique your interest? Or is there another model on this list that interests you more? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what you have to say. At what point do strange new bicycle hybrids stop being a bicycle and start being something else altogether? The Varibike Extreme is the perfect example of the blurred lines in innovative engineering. It aims to give riders a full-body workout while still getting from point A to point B by blending the mechanics of rowing and cycling. Engineered in a similar vein to recumbent Delta-style tricycles, the Varibike was developed by German mechanical engineer Martin Krace. Rather than just being propelled by hand or foot pedal, the arm and leg cranks can be configured in various ways, simulating either a full-range rowing motion or a combination of pedal rowing to increase power and work out specific muscle groups. Hardware-wise, the Varibike is constructed from a 70/20 aluminum alloy frame, comes equipped with mechanical disc brakes, a SRAM GX 10-speed drivetrain, and 3 20 by 2-inch wheels. There's no pedal or row assist though. When it comes to getting where you're going, that's all on you. Those of you familiar with recumbent tricycles may be interested in the velomobile named Kinner from Finnish inventor Ari-Jukka Lumeranta. This polished, elongated, egg-shaped quad is classified as an electrically assisted bicycle in Finland. It is composed of a composite chassis, padded bucket seats, and a steering yoke. As of right now, the final design is not finished as it lacks a motor. The aim is to get something that can bring the Kinner to a cruising speed with the idea that the rider can take over. There's even been talk of a version that lacks the motor altogether. PIN code activated anti-theft functionality, more robust wheel options, side mirrors, and LED lights are all in talks to make the final cut. If you want one for yourself, Lumeranta is accepting $500 reservation deposits, with a final price tag planned at around $17,500. The folks over at Jetpack Aviation are branching out from their namesake with the simply named Speeder. This Speeder is an interesting take on the classic sci-fi machine with self-stabilization. It lacks the requirements of a pilot's license, at least with the ultralight version. Using 4 engines, it manages a max altitude of 15,000 feet, although if you're looking to reach those heights, it would be a good idea to bring some oxygen with you. Top speeds of around 150 miles per hour make this a quick and convenient method of transportation. And you'll need to be quick, because the flight duration ranges between 10 and 22 minutes. Anything beyond light or moderate rain will be a no-go. However, if you do lose an engine at some point during transit, there is sophisticated engine management in place. For your own speeder, you're looking at a price point of around $380,000 for the recreational version. Jetpack Aviation has some news worth mentioning. We previously covered this company and the JB9 in one of our videos. The inventors of the first jetpack have an update, their Jetpack Training School. For just under $5,000, you can get 2 days of training with their equipment, their team, and a minimum of 3 flights for each of those days. They state that no previous experience is necessary, and on completion of the course, you'll receive a certificate. For most, travel and transportation are a given, and not something we think about too much in our day-to-day affairs. For others, these are life, and these are the things that keep the mind racing deep into the night. For the Bouvet brothers, the latter fits them more accurately, and the French pair sought to perfect personal watercraft and take it to the next level. Now, they are in charge of a marine company named after them. They sit among the other great French houses to bring the next era of nautical luxury. And what better way to obtain such a dream than with the super sleek and futuristic Supermarine MM01? It's not the first all-electric jet ski to pop up. Still, none promise the sort of performance and style that these two brothers have conjured, rivaling its gas-powered competition. The aerodynamic monocoque body is made from carbon fiber and Kevlar. It packs a beefy 300 horsepower electric motor. Bouvet Marine, the company behind this project, claims the vehicle of their dreams will hit top speeds of 75 miles per hour. It will also deliver over 330 pound-feet of torque. The liquid-cooled lithium-ion battery pack that powers the Supermarine is said to be suitable for 2-hour intervals per 50 minutes of charging. It will include nearly 30 gallons of storage in the form of a trunk located in the front and a control interface with a touchscreen and programmable controls. Only a limited amount of these will be made, with the release sometime in 2024. The intelligent vets are looking at a price range around where supercars are sitting, unsurprisingly. But we won't know until closer to launch. We do know we'd sure love to give one a spin for ourselves. Side on, the 2021 Sway Lithium looks like a high-octane motocross motorbike hybrid. Move to the front, and you could be forgiven for thinking you're looking at a quad bike. California-based startup Sway Motorsports made it famous in 2015 when they secured a deal from Mark Cuban on the popular TV show Shark Tank. After several years of development and funding, Sway Motorsports began beta production of their lithium range, the Sway Lithium and Lithium Plus. The unique design of the Lithium allows riders to lean into their turns when cornering, activating the patented linkage system that tilts both the body and front wheels in response. This means a tighter turning circle than a motorcycle, and much greater stability on various terrains like mud, loose gravel, or icy sidewalks. Also on the list of pros is coming to a complete stop without putting your feet down. Riders with less than stellar balance can have peace of mind. A 6 kilowatt rear PMAC hub motor powered by a generous 4.2 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery boasts a top speed of 55 miles per hour over a range of 40 miles on a single charge. As of today, beta prototypes of the Sway Lithium are available to test ride at selected locations in the San Francisco Bay Area by appointment only. Unfortunately, there's no official word on when this innovative e-trike's production will ramp up and orders will start to be fulfilled. But it should be any day now. Would you happily wait in line for years for a revolutionary new electric vehicle? Special mention has to go to 2021 iTank 3.0 from Chinese manufacturer Doehmers, who claim it to be the intelligent electric scooter of the future. While it's no speed demon or ultra-long-distance trike, it has an extremely efficient and powerful 1500-watt Bosch electric motor integrated in the rear wheel that can reach speeds of 28 miles an hour over a range up to 87 miles. The iTank 3.0 comes equipped with GPS and smartphone connectivity, as well as a large digital display that provides system and trip information. Coming into our second place is Voro Motors. This company originated in Singapore and wants to see alternative transportation become mainstream. They hope to see their affordable electric scooters push that dream forward into reality. I think you'll howl in approval when you see the Wolf King, a fantastic alternative transportation method whether you're traveling by day or under the light of the moon. This eye-catching e-scooter comes with either street or off-road tires, and with a VM motor that has a maximum output of 6,720 watts and an actual top speed of 60 miles per hour, you can easily shred the roadways. All that power, and the Wolf King still has a range of 50 miles. If you need a quick fill-up, the charge time sits at around 5 hours. It's not too hard to believe that the Wolf King is the first super scooter to set every performance record, and it did so with zero stem wobble. The frame is comprised of aluminum forged by 1,600 pounds of pressure. With full hydraulic brakes, you are able to control your speed with ease and safety. Paired with a hydraulic shock suspension usually found in motorcycles, you know the performance doesn't outmaneuver personal safety. Continuing with safety, the Wolf King also sports high-beam headlights for easy nighttime travel and a motorcycle horn built to be heard. A rear taillight is here, as well as ambient undercarriage lighting. The Wolf King is genuinely the pack leader when it comes to electric scooters, and it would take something truly special to top it. When Torkel Homers, a mechanical engineer, described his latest electric modular vehicle, he said it was like riding a piece of art. It's a statement that really doesn't make sense Until you look at Doehmers Research Lab's TD-MP1 prototype. With no bells and whistles, the TD-MP1 self-describes as pure transport and nothing else. The prototype is a noticeably 80s synthwave-inspired future tech design, featuring blacked-out wheel rims, black-vented battery housing, orange saddle seat, and old-school minimalist LED readout for charge levels. While this prototype is still in the design stage and exact specs haven't been publicly released, Torkel has promised updates soon, including a whole suite of modular add-ons to make the TD-MP1 less artistic and more practical. Nearly a decade ago, the Australian athlete Dan Baldwin invented the first ungoverned power board called the One. Now we have the successor with the Vendetta. This is an electric version of its predecessor with distinct differences in the motors. Two brushless DC motors replace the singular 4-stroke engine. Weighing in at less than half the board that came before it at 43 pounds, the Vendetta is not only lighter but quicker.